Yeah, can we fucking be better, dude? Like, what in God's name are we doing sitting here for 30, 45 minutes talking about a game and then taking fucking Tutu Atwell receiving yards and Baker passing yards? What are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of TFM Bets. Tough morning for the kid. I mean, you got your car towed. You also were on the wrong side of, a Monday night football game. But let's start with the car. That's never a good way to start the morning.
No, it's tough. In fact, it's so shitty, bro. I can't think of a worse way to start your morning. I'm sitting there in the chilly cold, standing in line with like 10 other people, who are having a miserable morning as well, in an area that just looks so shitty, bro. I mean, there was just trash everywhere. I'm like, God damn it, what did I do to deserve this? Yeah, it's miserable. But we got the car back. We're good.
While you were in line with everyone, were you like, all right, guys, who else took the Rams last night? Or or was it just, damn, we really all just got our car towed?
Thankfully, the Magic Conch saved some U's on the under last night. Holy shit, I don't know if you were watching the game, but Mima was knocking on that back door with the under. They were on the 1 yard line, and they could have, ran it in for a touchdown. And thank God they lined up in victory formation. A clock hit zeros, and that game went fucking under, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about stealing my soul as well on that last play when Christian Watson just apparently ran the wrong route and didn't get a touchdown, and Aaron Rodgers was like, yeah, if you want a touchdown, you have to run the right route. And it was are you shitting me? We're on the one, we threw the ball one time, and it was to Christian Watson, and he blew it. But then they go into victory formation, like that was rich, and I needed that touchdown, like I needed air to breathe. So
what, for fantasy?
No, I had a one-man, one-game parlay. Christian Watson yards and a ton.
That's right. But he went over his yards, right?
He did go over his yards, but I had it at 50 plus. So I had that Green Gob entry, that PP entry. He covered that, so he's my GOAT for that. But then the one-man, one-game was 50 yards and a touchdown. And if he caught that last pass, would have covered them both.
Yeah, that's tough. But you got yourself a Green Gob, which is huge. Our Green Gob did not turn green, sadly, because we took Baker. What else do we have?
Yeah, can we fucking be better, dude? Like, what in God's name are we doing sitting here for 30, 45 minutes talking about a game and then taking fucking Tutu Atwell receiving yards and Baker passing yards? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It was what always, are we doing? We got to stay true to who's going to have the ball in their hands, who they're going to trust when they go to their GOAT back against the wall.
How about we just stay true to not being fucking dumbasses? It was like, why am I taking Tutu Atwell?
Yeah.
Why?
Cam Akers, bro. I mean, he was going to have the ball in his hands no matter what, if they were winning or losing. We should have done that. What are we doing, man? You know what? I want to be better with the fucking first TD score, bro. When are they ever going to give the ball to Aaron Jones in the red zone? They're not. It's
Dude, I was just about to say, I'm so tired of that dynamic. Like, I get it. It's good to have a two-headed monster, but Aaron Jones is better. Like, he is.
No,
I'm sorry, A.J. Dillon is just thick, so you pound him in at the one, but like there is no reason Aaron Jones shouldn't have 100 total yards every single game, receiving and rushing. Like, he's a monster.
Yeah, I'm just glad he found the end zone. I really didn't think he was going to. I thought that shit was chalked. I put it in the Super Goats, him to score, and Dillon had 2, and I'm like, dude, what am I doing, man? And thank God he got a receiving touchdown, so that was huge.
And in classic Mikey over fade tweet fashion, after A.J. Dillon's second touchdown, I tweeted, Aaron Jones fantasy owners are dying right now. Literally the next possession, he scored.
Yep.
It was like, you're welcome, guys. Like, I'm doing my part,
Yeah. Mima was not there to save the Rams, but underbettors and those who tailed the Magic Conch.
Yeah, should we talk about the Magic Conch for a second? Like, it worked.
It did work, bro. It was so sharp. How many square bettors you think, really needed that one more yard for that touchdown for the game to go over? Conch said nope.
And I don't know if you remember, but I spun it for my bet, and it landed on favorite.
Dude, it got Packers too.
And I took the Packers.
I know. Shit's crazy, bro.
Wild, dude. Well, I mean, I feel like when we look at that game, though, like, I don't know, I still can't tell with Baker, dude. Obviously, it's his second. Like, he really hasn't had a chance to learn a full offense yet, right? Like he joined the Panthers late. He's joining the Rams mid-season. Like he hasn't really had a chance yet to really learn an offense and like be in a system for a long period of time, other than the Browns, who he took to the playoffs one time. So like, obviously I love the Baker experiment, but he didn't look great last night. He really didn't.
No, I mean, it's tough when, I'm watching the game and he's on the ground half the time. Their offensive line is simply just not.
Yeah, it's cheese.
Not
it's
good.
Cheese.
That square for over sacks might have been the POD in that one. I think they had 4 or 5 sacks. She was so free. Baker, he couldn't do anything really. He had 115 yards total rushing and passing. So, I mean, it's tough. It starts with the offensive line. This team definitely is, I wouldn't say in tank mode, but yeah, they're not a complete team. Nothing like they were last year. Obviously, Stafford not there, Cooper Kupp, GGs. But I have no doubt that they'll be good next season for sure. But
which is so weird. Like I've never seen a team go from the highest of the high to then literally they could be in the conversation with the fucking Houston Texans right now with how bad they are. Like that level of change, I feel like you don't see very often in any sport, let alone football. Like when you win a Super Bowl, you're normally the next year you come back, everyone's like, all right, target on their back. Like, all right, now we got to fight them off. Even from the first game of the season, they looked terrible.
Yeah. Oh, I was at that game, and it was dog shit. And there was a short ass spread against the Wagon Bills, and I nuked the Rams that game. And I knew from there it was going to be a long ass season. But they just lost some, leaders in that locker room, like Whitlock and Von Miller, and of course Cooper Kupp going down, Stafford going down. That's a recipe for fucking disaster. So, GGs to the Rams. It was a great run last year, but now you're poverty.
And so let's just, we'll do an update after every game. But the Baker Mayfield experiment, where are you at now, temperature wise, on it?
I mean, I have no problem with him, serving his duty as a backup for the rest of the season. Is he a franchise QB for this team? No. But for somebody, I think he's definitely owed another shot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's proved himself yet. He's won one game, for fuck's sakes, and looked, trash last night. So he's still got a lot to prove in these last 4 weeks of the season. But I think, that's enough time to be able to prove yourself and, give yourself a shot on another team. I don't know who to take, though.
I mean, I don't hate him either. I think, obviously against the Raiders, that one drive, those kind of drives are what I feel like keeps quarterbacks in the NFL for a little bit longer than you'd expect, because, they're hoping they can find that spark. So I'm sure he's not going to be done after this team. I'm interested to see how he kind of ends the season out with them. But it was always the Packers. I guess it was always the under. I mean, you could have never paid me to take that under, but Are the Packers kind of back now? Like, what's going on over in Green Bay? Like, I'm sitting back here being like, why are they starting to now look good?
I don't think they ever really looked bad. They just played bad games. I never count them out. I never saw them missing the playoffs, especially with, Rodgers under center. They've got a good team. They've got the weapons. Their wide receivers are starting to show up. Watson's proved himself as a top receiver. I think he leads the league in touchdowns the last like 10 weeks or something like that.
He scored a touchdown in the last 4 games and didn't score it last night, so I don't want to hear
it. No, but I mean they're starting to become a complete team, and they're always around. They're always relevant. I don't ever see them fumbling bags. They might look off a game or two here and there. No, but they're definitely in the conversation. That division is really interesting. You got the Lions making a push. You got the Vikings, who are bozo frauds. So it's going to be interesting.
No, yeah, I mean that division is kind of interesting. I do agree. And speaking of the playoff picture and teams that can make a run, the Thursday night game this week is actually pretty interesting when you start looking at it a little bit heavier. The beginning of the year is one of those games where you looked at the schedule and you were like, this game is going to be fucking terrible. This is going to be the worst game of the year, but. Honestly, I think it's shaping up to be one of the best primetime games of the year. We got the Jaguars playing the Jets. One pretty exciting offense, one pretty exciting defense. Zach Wilson, I hope, keeps the reins because he's just, he's fun to watch. He tries to make a play, so I love him for that. But the Jets are -1.5 at home with the Jaguars coming in. The Jags are now kind of in the playoff picture.
I know, dude. It's insane. I mean, they're kind of a sneak wagon.
And the Jets, I don't know what our playoff picture is now that the Patriots have kind of started to find their groove and win some games, but I think we're still also kind of on the outside looking in. So this has like a little bit of playoff implications for both teams here. Early bet, I'm taking the Jets. I mean, it's my team. I'm not going to fade us at home against the fucking Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence can fucking kick rocks. So give me the Jets -1.5 or money line. It doesn't matter to me. I also think this might be the first primetime game that has the opportunity to really be a good over bet.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a fun game to watch, honestly. I mean, I was kind of chirping it for a second, but the Jags are fun to watch, and this defense for the Jets is so electric, and a lot of people just love watching Jets games, which has not been, the case the last decade. But now they're starting to become an electric team. I mean, am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
No.
Would you have been excited the last decade to watch a goddamn Jets-Jags game on Thursday Night Football? That just sounds like your traditional poverty Thursday night game.
No. I don't remember the last time I watched the Jets on primetime.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't tell you either. Has it been once this year?
No.
Wow. That shocks me.
This is our first primetime game.
I'm looking at the board and I'm loving some squares here. Might have to go back to the wagon with Lawrence. They don't have many squares up yet. They only have yards, pass yards, rush yards, receiving yards. But
I think a lot of that is we don't know who's starting at quarterback for the Jets still.
True. You think they would not start Wilson?
So I was thinking about this like 2 seconds ago in my head. If you're the Jets right now, Zach Wilson, he's the guy you drafted. He's the guy that when you drafted, you told all of us, this is our franchise quarterback. Second year now, this is when you starting to figure out the kinks, right? Ends up having a disaster game against the Patriots after beating Josh Allen. So he's had super highs, super lows all year, but that's a young quarterback. I don't really expect any better. I kind of expect us to 1 week beat Josh Allen and then the next week not put up any offensive points, from his perspective and only throw the ball fucking 6 times, right? Mm-hmm. Mike White comes in, is throwing like 300 yards a game. We're winning games, we're staying in games close. He's moving the offense better than Zach has. But now, of course, Zach comes in, keeps a game close, throws for a bunch of yards, is making plays, doesn't make that many mistakes. If you're that front office, how are you approaching this? If Mike White is healthy, the doctors clear Mike White, Zach Wilson just played as all standards, I would say he played a great game after basically being told his career was over and being benched for the rest of the year. He has to come in and he plays a great game. What are you doing in that front office?
I don't know. Whoever's going to give me the best shot to win the damn game. And to me, that sounds like it's Mike White.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I based on the body language of the rest of the team, their opinions on, the two options, to me, looking outside in, I think it's Mike White's got to take the snaps in that one. That's
I don't disagree. I feel like the one thing I was looking at was, okay, how is Zach going to respond after being benched? Like he got benched because he sucked. He wasn't benched because he was hurt. He got benched because he sucked. And then Mike White came in and played great. I feel like you're probably right. If I'm the Jets, I probably go back to Mike White because, he's the reason why, there's been a little bit of excitement the past 3-4 weeks.
Where is this game and what's the spread?
It is in New Jersey or New York. We play in New Jersey, but it's in New Jersey. And the Jets are -1.5 favorites.
Oh my God.
Is this a plus Chicky Jags play for you?
I think it might be, bro. I think it might be.
Wow.
The Jags are a wagon. I wanted to take the Lions so badly at this same spread, and I think the Jaguars are better.
So I'm seeing that Zach Wilson is starting.
Wow. I love it even more.
And you guess the over-under. Wow.
43.5.
38.
What?
I'm taking the over.
Oh my God. I'm fine with that. Do we ask the conch or do we save it?
No, ask the conch.
Okay.
I need to know the conch. Maybe not. Yeah, ask the conch. I need to know.
Right now?
If the conch is on the Jags, I'm going to cry.
All right, here we go. I can't show you
when we are asking the conch.
I can't have it be out of, levels because then it manipulates the answers. So
okay, we're asking the conch.
Sweet Magic Conch. We got a huge Thursday night game in New Jersey on Thursday between the Jets and the Jaguars. And right now, little Timmy's Christmas has glimmers of hope after the last POD slapped. So, Conch, I ask you, what is the POD and the Thursday night game between the Jets and the Jaguars? Let's see. We got to flick the bean a little bit. Here we go.
I'm actually nervous.
This is the official POD.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Please.
This just in. The Conch is not quite ready to make a POD because it says bet on another game.
No way.
I knew it was too premature. It was premature. It's Tuesday. It's not ready. It hasn't done its fucking analysis, bro. The Conch says bet another game.
Wow.
Yep, right there, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's shy. It's Tuesday. It's not ready. Hasn't looked at the splits yet. Needs the injury report. It'll get there.
Honestly, I'm not upset about that at all. I want the Conch to make a decision when it's ready to make a decision.
Yeah. No, we'll ask tomorrow, Wednesday, or maybe Thursday morning.
Maybe let's ask Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday morning.
We'll post it on the Instagram on Thursday.
That's
listen,
brutal.
if I'm picking sides in this game, I'm going Jets money line. I'm going the over. That's a super low over under, which I feel like makes me a little bit scared. But I know Trevor Lawrence is going to put our offense in a position where we have to score points. That's all I know. Our defense, I trust our defense to win us a game, but I know Trevor Lawrence and that offense right now is going to put us in a position where we're going to let up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of it. Even when you have a really great defense, when you play a guy like Trevor who's playing the way he's playing right now and an offense like the Jags that's kind of clicking right now, we're going to be put in a situation where our offense has to score.
Let me ask you this. Who's covering Zay Jones?
Dude. Our stable of cornerbacks, it doesn't matter.
But who is Sauce going to be on is my main question. Kirk?
I feel like he's probably going to be on Kirk, but it depends. Like he'll start on someone, and then if someone else starts hot, he'll get switched off.
Yeah, okay. I really like Zay Jones, especially the last few weeks. His line's at 52.5, but knowing how raw the fucking Jets D is, maybe it's that low for a fucking reason.
I also love Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, his line's at 58.5, and he's averaging 89 yards in the last 5 games, bro. This shit's greened out gob.
No, I'm taking it.
Okay. I like that. Not enough squares up on the board yet, but I'm sure they'll be dropping with, some of the more fun ones like the kicker props, which both I think slapped last night.
Hey man, relax. Do you think? I was thinking about this too the other day, or I was thinking about it last night. Like, do you think a guy like Trevor Lawrence is fun to go out with?
I mean, I feel like for sure. Why wouldn't he be? I mean,
I don't know because I don't know if you've heard about this whole like bit with like Clemson. I don't know if I'm blowing up their spot or not, but apparently like Clemson has this bit where there's like a church attached or something, and like you find your wife through that church or whatever, and that's how he like found his girlfriend or something. It's something weird like that. Like he's an odd dude, apparently. That's all I know. He's an odd dude. But I feel like you want to assume every quarterback would be fun to go out with. I feel as though if I was power ranking the quarterbacks, he would be dead last, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that, honestly. I mean, he kind of looks like a bot. It kind of seems like he's in his own head a lot, doesn't really, voice much.
Like him and Kirk Cousins, I feel like I'd rather do nothing than go out with them.
I feel like Kirk's a good time.
No, dude.
Who would you want to go out with tonight if you had the whole fucking roster of NFL starting QBs? Who are you going out with?
Can they be a current starter right now?
It must be a current starter right now.
All right, well, Gardner Minshew. I feel like that's free.
He's a starter?
Well, Jalen's hurt.
Oh, my God. As of yesterday, bro.
All right. If Jalen's healthy, who's the quarterback I want to go out with? Wow, that's a great question because I think about this shit all the time. So my first answer is Joe Burrow.
Oh, great one.
But apparently he doesn't like to go out. Like I've heard on podcasts, he's not a big going out guy. He said he did his whole going out bit when he was at Ohio State and kind of got it out of his system. So that makes me think he got off at Ohio State. So he still got that dog in him.
Yeah.
So I feel like first answer I want to go is Joe Burrow. But
there's so many botted quarterbacks, bro.
Like, dude, at the back of my head, I'm going, Derek Carr, no shot. Ryan Tannehill, no shot. Kirk Cousins, no shot. Trevor Lawrence, no shot. Even a guy like Pat Mahomes, I don't know if I want to. I really want to listen to Kermit the Frog all night. Hey, yo, man, that girl's hot as shit over there. Like, you know what I mean? Vibes off.
I have one that is slept on.
Who is? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. All right, go
ahead. Geno Smith.
Dude, no. Like, no, dude. He got in a fist fight in the locker room of the Jets over like some teammate shit. I feel like he's a crazy drunk. I feel like he's a guy that'll get.
Jared Goff would be kind of a chill.
Jared Goff is a fucking shout and a half, dude.
Yeah, no, I like that. I'd go Jared Goff. I would love to go out and have a drink with Brady and figure out what's going on with the go well.
Yeah, but that would be.
You know,
I think it'd be like it just ask about his career, but you're gonna be sitting there, be like, "Yo, I really said on social media, you think the GOAT's not throwing for 42, and you're out here not throwing for 42 or whatever it is."
Not even throwing 22 for fuck's sakes.
I will say, Taylor Heineke has got to be up there.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke's a good one. I think the top two got to be like Joe Burrow's got to be up there. Daniel Jones. I actually was at a bar with him. I was at a bar with Daniel Jones.
What was he doing?
He was there for the March Madness final, and we talked for a bit. Dude's an absolute homie, literally just like us, bro. I was like, you're literally just an average guy. It was fucking pretty cool to see, actually. Like, I know,
but like, is he a guy you'd want to go out with? Because when I think Daniel Jones, I think Duke. Like, do they have fun at Duke? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they don't.
For sure, I feel like they do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Taylor Heineke, I think, is 1 and 2. Him and Joe Burrow 1 and 2.
Yeah, Burrow's got to be number one for sure. Trevor Lawrence or Jimmy G. Like, if he wasn't hurt,
but he'll be stealing your bitch though.
Oh, he's wheeling, bro. I can't imagine
your bitch. I can't do that.
Fucking much he wheels.
But like, that's a like, I feel like I wouldn't want to go out with that because I'd be like, yo, that girl's so hot. Can we go talk to her and her friends? And he goes over there. The hottest girl is going to talk to him. You know?
Oh, all the chicks. Then you're not even getting looked at. The same with Joe Burrow.
Unless he's an assist assassin and he's just got that dog in him, like as a wingman, then like, yeah, fire me up.
Honorable mention. Jameis Winston at the fucking club, bro, would be unreal. Unreal.
With the crab legs? With the crab legs? Like, I would for sure want to go out Jameis Winston. I feel like Brock Purdy as well. Iowa State, They might get off at Iowa State. He seems like a guy that gets off.
Yeah, no, he seems like a guy that goes out.
A low-key shout, Zach Wilson for the MILF culture.
No, he's definitely a good option as well.
Like, Zach Wilson only dates hot girls. Like, he just posted his new girlfriend on Instagram like a couple months ago. I don't know how he does it. Like,
what do you mean, dude? He's a great looking guy.
I mean, obviously, but like, you know what I mean?
He's a great looking guy and an NFL quarterback.
Well, it has nothing to do with him. I just didn't know they existed to get better than what he already had. You know? Oh,
got it. Yeah.
Like, absurd levels. But he might be weird at the bar, though, dude. Like, he might get that Mormon shit. I don't know. I don't know. BYU. Went to BYU. You got to take into account, like, Joe Burrow, LSU. Done.
Fields might be fun to go out with.
Would Fields be fun to go out with?
I feel like he knows how to have a good time.
I don't know with Justin Fields.
I would love to know everyone's comments on who you would love to go out with. So,
I know who. Lamar Jackson, Florida kid. He definitely gets so weird. I'm going Lamar.
How are we leaving that off the board?
Yeah, we got to be better.
Yeah, we got.
Kenny Pickett, the rookies. No, stay away from the rookies. Yeah. I'm going Lamar.
Yeah, I like Lamar.
He's like a goofball.
Give me Joey Burr because he stole all my coins multiple times this season, and he has me a drink.
See, that's the problem. Like, you want to go out with them to like berate them about your bets. I just want to get like hammered with these guys and just see like what they're like as people. You just want to be there like, yo, dude, when I took you -3.5 against the Bears, how are you not covering that line?
For real. Come on. Fuck's sakes, man.
All right, so should we make our sneak nuke presented by Prize Picks? Obviously, just so everybody knows, we are recording on Tuesday, so some of the squares may not be available. As always, if that happens, the TFM Twitter and Instagram will be updated with, let's say a square is not there or we put in an incorrect square. It will be corrected on the social media, so make sure you guys follow those. Also, before we do the sneak nuke, make sure you guys watch the surgical stream on the Book It Sports Twitch channel every single day. You get to hang out with Trent and give him your picks for the day, and he puts together community parlays, and he talks to you about why you like a certain play. So if you think you're sharp and you're tired of just being in our comments, tap into that every single day on the Book It Sports Twitch channel. But let's do the sneak nuke presented by Prize Pick. We got Jets, Jaguars. First leg, I'm going Garrett Wilson receiving yards. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I really have gotten to the point in my Jets fandom where I do not believe there is any corner in the league that can clamp Garrett Wilson. It comes down to who is throwing the ball, but against the Jaguars, I really think he gets over this. It's 58.5, 56.5. Give me Garrett Wilson receiving yards.
This is tough because when you got a same game, you can't take defense with offense. So as much as I want to take the defensive, sacks or fantasy score, I think Lawrence is going to get sacked 3 times with this.
Well, we could do? What? We could do like a 2-team defense nuke.
Yeah, I like that. That's a potential possibility there. We don't know.
CJ Mosley hits or something.
Oh, like defensive players.
Yeah, like tackles. Yeah. Sometimes they have tackles up,
Yeah, no, I like that. I'll try to keep it within what's available right now. I know you're against this. But I'm going to keep doing it until I sell. I don't think I've sold in a while yet with the field goals because Gay came through last night. We got some Gay banks. I don't know who it is. I forget his name. Pardon me for that. But give me over 1.5 field goals for the Jags. Considering, if the Jags are if this is a close game, we got a short spread. It's gonna be a close game. Mima's probably gonna be lingering somewhere, right? The Jags are going to be limited, in the red zone. Surely they're going to get stopped a few times. They're going to need points on the board in a road game. Give me them to score 2 field goals, bro. I like that.
Okay, so we got Garrett Wilson receiving yards. We got the Jaguars kicker over 1.5. Whenever we get that name, if we could just drop it in. I really want to go. So this is now where I want Zach Wilson rushing yards. If he's confirmed starting, I really want Zach Wilson rush yards. Riley Patterson, for those wondering, for the Jaguars kicker. I really want Zach Wilson rush yards, but I don't want to put us in a position where I'm picking a Jets quarterback and let's say Zach is named the starter and then somehow he bots and now it's Mike White and now we're sitting there with a PP entry with a DNP because nobody likes the DNP. Yeah. So I feel like if they have it, I would love to go Michael Carter receptions.
Surgical. I like that. I think Christian Kirk is going to be shut down offensively, and I think the go-to guy is going to be Zay Jones. So I'll take my chances with Zay Jones. He's been my guy this year as a solid wide receiver, too, on my fantasy team, sometimes flex. And he's been kind of going off. He's soared over his number at 52.5 for the last 5. He had 100 receiving yards against the Cowboys, so I like him to duplicate that performance. Against the Jets. Give me over 52.5.
Or actually, you know what, dude? Fuck that. Give me James Robinson rush yards, the revenge game.
Okay, so my 2 legs are over 1.5 field goals for Riley Patterson, Zay Jones over receiving yards. And what were your 2?
Garrett Wilson more than his receiving yards and James Robinson more than his rush yards. But let me just make sure. Because, dude, I feel like I now want to take every James Robinson prop.
I don't blame you.
This is his old team. They traded him away because they wanted Travis Etienne to get more carries.
Yep.
I feel like this could be his revenge spot.
Yeah, I don't see anything for him.
He's inactive.
Yeah, so I don't see anything there for him. ETN was 60.5. That's the only rushing line we have on the board so far. So it's tough to make a 4-piece right now, but
I'll go Michael Carter. Either receptions or rush yards, whichever one's available. This is kind of tough.
Yeah, well, surely they have receptions. I've seen that square on there several times. So let's just stick with receptions for him.
Yeah,
I like that. So Riley Patterson field goals, Zay Jones receiving yards, and yours were
Garrett Wilson receiving yards and Michael Carter receptions. That's a 4-piece sneak nuke presented by Prize Picks. That's your TFM.
I like it. Dude, real quick before we wrap this up, last night I was on Night Sweat, sweating out our bets with the squad, right? And I tailed Fruity's. I went to Fruity's Twitter and tailed 4 of his props in the notebook. and just kind of picked random ones. He had like 6. I took 4 of them, and then I wanted to take SGA over points as I do every night, right? But the line didn't come out until super late because he was ruled out all day, and then they ruled him in like an hour before the game, and then they put the line on Prize Picks. So I was like, oh, word, I can nuke SGA today. What am I going to take him with? I haven't locked in any of Fruity's props yet, so let me go and lock that in with SGA. And so I made a 5-legger, and I was like, let's make it a 6. Fuck it, LaMelo Ball late night. I'll add him in there.
I can't believe you put that in there, but yeah, go ahead.
LaMelo Ball over 3s. So SGA chorus goes over, dude's automatic. There's not a square on Prize Picks that's more fucking automatic than SGA over points. It's actually unreal. But Fruity's props were actually looking real good. The first 2 were greened out. Cale McCarr had 0 shots going to the 3rd period, so I chalked the entry. I actually turned off the night sweats, and I was going to bed soon. I was going to my girlfriend's house, actually, and so I drive to my girlfriend's house, not even thinking about this entry, and I sit on her couch, and I just casually like whip out my Prize Picks just to see.
Whipped out your PP at your girlfriend's house?
And I see a fully green goblin with 1 leg pushing, and I'm like, holy fuck, Cale McCarr just ripped 4 SOGs in 5 minutes, and there's 1 leg left, and it's Connor Garland on the Canucks is pushing. I'm like, oh, this game's already over, right? No, there was 5 minutes left. I'm like, holy fuck, you could still get a fucking SOG. I open the app. Next thing that happens, Connor Garland SOG. I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. I'm literally sitting there like, holy fuck. My girlfriend's like, what the fuck happened? Are you good? I'm like, it's a green gob.
Now there's all sorts of PPs getting whipped out. Dude, and while that's happening to you, I'm sitting there with a 6-piece nuke job of NBA props that I decided to get in my duffel with, and Jalen Green decides to score 11 points in the first half and 2 points in the second half.
Dude, Jalen Green is either like the best player in the fucking world because he casts your Prize Picks, or he's the last leg and he fucking sells it with a bozo performance. And you sent me that slip. I'm like, holy fuck, he's at 13. I feel like this game just started, right? Like, he's going to hit a green gob. No, dude. I was like, I asked you like 4 times, like, what did he finish with? What did he finish with? Because I really had no idea. And then I went to the app myself. I'm like, wow, that bozo really finished with 13? Dude, it's crazy because he tucked me in last week, last leg, and finished with the last second bucket just to go over by 1 point. He's so sketchy, bro. He's so sketchy.
Dude, and I felt like I got so surgical. Like, I was like, Jordan Clarkson points. You said that earlier in the morning, and I was like, you know what? I'll ride it. You were like, if I'm putting my meat on tape for 1 point, it's Jordan Clarkson points. I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked into it, and I was like, you know what? I actually love that. And then I was like, CJ McCollum points, because Zion's a greened out gob, and it's at 28. So I'm going to take CJ.
So corp.
So I'm going to take CJ because I know they're going to just pack the paint. And CJ McCollum always gets his, and it was only at 18.5. He ended up with 31.
Dude,
and then I was like, Drew Holiday over 7 assists against the Pelicans. He's going to be dishing the ball all game against that defense. They're not going to be able to stop there. And then I was like, who's he going to be passing the ball to? Giannis more than his points, rebounds, and assists, because, Giannis has to assert his dominance when there's a young gun in the league like Zion thinking that he's the shit. And then I was like, Kevin Huerter threes, kid's a fucking bucket. And I sneaked in Jalen Green points against the San Antonio Spurs because I looked at that matchup and I went, if I'm Jalen Green and there's one team I'm going to bust on that has nobody, it's the San Antonio Spurs.
I want to give the audience a little hack to Prize Picks. If you go and you see the Charlotte Hornets are playing a basketball game, I want you to go to Prize Picks, click on the rebounds, and whoever is playing against the Hornets, take the fucking biggest man on the floor over rebounds. Back-to-back games. Fucking Jokic has 27 and Sabonis has 27 in one game. Shit's unbelievable. They don't play today, but it's actually the cheat code of the season so far. Anyone going against the Charlotte Hornets, big man over rebounds, it's unbelievable. I've never seen.
They play the Clippers tomorrow. Zubats.
Oh, Zubats. He's already got a 27 rebound 30 rebound performance this year, which was.
Hey, there it is. He might go for a season high.
It's like Wilt Chamberlain out there against the Hornets.
All right, well, that's been that was a 4-piece sneak nuke. That was who we'd go out with as if we wanted to get drinks to an NFL player, some prize pick hacks. I'm gonna be on the Jets and the over. I don't know if you're comfortable saying it because the Conch hasn't decided. I feel like if your new primetime strategy is the Conch, I'm okay with you waiting. I'm okay with you waiting.
Well, I mean, I have my own personal leans. I like the Jaguars for sure. I'm gonna definitely be betting on them. But I will throw. I'm always gonna bet what I think is gonna happen, what I want to personally bet based on my research and opinions. But I always will take units with what the con says, even if it's fading me. So if I have, $300 on the Jags, but it says take the favorite, fuck, I might have to hedge out of that bet and just call it a night. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's been another episode of TFM Bets. Thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate you. In terms of the holiday schedule, we're going to try to keep you guys super, super posted. We will be filming one more episode this week. And then I think over the holidays, we may be sporadic with it, but we will let you guys know. Make sure you follow all the socials. Thanks for listening.